We'll just go around real quick. I'll just name off the people in order on my squares here. So Janelle, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello there. Sorry, my dog feels like he's going to be the star today. I'm Janelle Kennedy. I run a business. It's a fractional business development company. I'm a consultant, trainer, speaker, and I speak to sales teams and give them better strategies on how to execute a business development plan.
Wonderful. Good to have you. All right, Jeff.
Hey everyone, my name is Jeff Barnes, and I write and speak full-time on Walt Disney, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and how the lessons from his life and the parks worlds that he created can empower us to level up in our own life and our own story.
Yay. Thanks for coming, Jeff. All right, Kara.
Hi guys, morning. I'm Kara Cohan, and I'm a marketing consultant and have my own marketing consulting and agency. Sorry, it's early. It's 9 a.m. and
I totally understand. It looks like you've got your fortitude right there in your hand. That's good.
Welcome to my shit show. I work with companies in helping to focus their marketing strategy, identify their target audience, and create effective branding and marketing campaign execution. At least that's what I think I do this early.
Wouldn't that be a very cool profile picture to literally blow yourself up on a Zoom call and have that mug as your theme? I think that's adorable. That's a profile picture extraordinaire.
I might need that today. I might have to do that. It's payback day.
All right, Miss Charlotte.
Good morning. I am a style, fashion, and closet whisperer, and I help women and now also men figure out what to wear for women in particular to flatter their bodies, work for their lifestyles, and make sense in their wardrobes. And then for men, it's, I want to say flatter their bodies, but I think men are not so concerned about that rather than, I mean, they want to look good, but it's also about how do they project themselves in business in particular. So I do that, and I do seminars on how to really, there are 5 important aspects of what we need to portray when we dress, depending on what audience we're talking to in terms of business, and of course also in private life. And I do seminars on that, and then I teach people how to make it easy to curate a closet full of clothes where it's just you can go in 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then achieve exactly that with your outfits, and you don't have to think too much, and you have the right things in there. And I want to just say I have to apologize. I've just started the men's line, the menswear business, and I have to go see a client, so I'm going to listen in, but I have to be hopping in my car. It's an awesome opportunity this morning, so thank you.
Thank you for mentioning that, actually, Charlotte. And since you said that, as soon as Sophia comes on, we will take a picture while you're still here, because that actually is a huge part of the posting party. So we'll try and capture you before you need to actually leave. There's Sophia. All right. You're welcome. Let's take a picture, my friends. Look in the camera, smile pretty. Make sure you don't have any spots on your teeth. Ready, set, go. All right, excellento. Back to you, Missy.
All right, Shawnee.
Hi, I'm Shawnee Hoskins. My business is The Color of Story. I'm a professional storyteller, speaker, and entertainer. And I focus primarily in spirituality in your whole life, including in the workplace, and come along side women who are grieving and are stuck, and to help them to kind of get out of that. So I'm just starting. This is my first posting part. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm here because Missy asked me.
Well, the good news is you already did it. You smiled, and that's all it takes to be on a posting party. So good job.
All right, Stacy.
Oh, I haven't met this one yet. Hallelujah.
Hi, Hi, I'm Stacy Mulligan. For those of you who do not know me, I am a professional speaker as well. I speak on empty nest and how to go from stuck to flourishing again and figuring out who you are and reinventing yourself. So empty nest is my story, but it works for anything: retirement, divorce, marriage, anything that's a life-changing event. And I also teach people how to sell more, love their work, and make deeper connections. And I do that with DISC personality styles in my quiver.
Nice.
Thank you, Stacy. All right, Catherine.
Thanks. You all do some talking, I know, and speaking and listening have been my focus forever. I was in radio in my first career for about 25 years. I know I look very young for that, but when I left radio, I went into presentation skills, coaching and training and consulting, and from there launched my own practice as a consultant and a speaker. And I speak mainly about communication because it's like kind of the only thing I really know. I have added the Fascinate profile to my quiver, and that's been very interesting. You might know about Sally Hogshead and her Fascinate test, and we can talk more about that some other time. I'm a maverick leader, and I'd be curious about your Fascinate advantages too.
Wow,
Awesome.
I love having another Catherine in the room. And the cool part is I had a radio show 100 years ago, and they always told me I have a face for radio.
Right there with you, sister.
I know. It hurt my feelings and I got over it.
Catherine, I love your glasses.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very cute. They made those in pink. I would be getting those.
Well, I have some pink glasses. Next time we get together, I'll be sure to wear those.
Oh, good.
She'll steal them from you.
All right. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn O'Dowd, and I am a motivational speaker, entertainer. I help audiences and inspire audiences to overcome fear, step out of their comfort zone, and set and achieve outrageous goals. And I do this by using live guitar playing in my keynote, singing, personal storytelling, and I do a costume change into Lady Gaga at the end to literally show everybody about transformation. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you for coming,
Missy,
Lynn.
you can steal Catherine's glasses, and I'm going to steal Lynn's top. It's fabulous.
I'm wearing the brand. It's about unleashing your inner superstar.
I love it. Yes, I love it.
I love that video you sent.
Great.
Awesome. All right, Michelle.
So my name is Michelle Santiago Beltran, and I'm actually here on behalf of Maria Trusa, who's already chimed in. So she'll make the introduction, but I'm the director of operations for her nonprofit, which she will tell you about. Pleasure to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, Michelle. Hello, Maria.
Hi, guys. First, I need to apologize. I own a medical center and a nurturing care, and I had a crisis that I needed to address. So I'm sorry for being late. So I am a woman with two big missions. One of them is to provide healthcare for the underserved community. And I'm in Westchester County in New York. And I've had my medical center and nurturing care for about 9 years now. But I also obtain a mission to protect the innocence of children against sexual abuse. And I'm a survivor. I talk about openly without filters about my story of being sexually abused at the age of 9. I never thought that I would be talking about this the way that I do. I've become a voice for the voiceless and also an ambassador of forgiveness because I have forgiven everyone in my life that has hurt me, and including my father, who was the one that gave me to his friend at the age of 9. I have been doing a lot of public speaking engagements on the area of sexual abuse of children and talking about my story openly. Unfortunately, there's not many people like myself, although slowly but surely many people are uniting in the cause and they're also talking without filters about what happened to them, because I've decided that I don't want to be a statistic anymore. I want to be heard, and I want people to feel the pains, because pain leads to change. But a lot of the focus, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, you know, I've went from being in the ashes and rebuilt myself to where I am today. One of the topics that I love talking about is also parenting. I have 3 children that I am very proud of the work that I've done as a mother, because for me, the hardest work where I realized my trauma was driving my life was when I first had my first child, when I had my first child at the age of 20, and I was completely broken. And my son was my catalyst for healing. So I've been healing for 40 years. I continue to do the healing work. I have a lot less to heal because I've invested so much of my time and financially in healing. And now my goal is to really help people live their best life through forgiveness. So my personal brand is called Forgive to Live. And my movement is I Say No More, which is a movement that ironically I started 4 years ago, and now we are impacting the world, because it's not just in the United States that the work is being done, but we're impacting the Dominican Republic, that's where I'm from, and also Mexico, Paraguay, different countries through the work that we do in virtually in our website. I've said a lot, so I'm going to shut up because I could talk for a while, but great to meet you all.
Thank you for coming, Maria. So I just want to throw this out here. If you have not had a chance to connect with Maria on a one-on-one level, I would highly recommend. She's amazing. And thank you, Jeff, for that connection to
Thank you,
Maria.
Jeff.
I appreciate it. All right, Sophia. You're on mute, Miss Sophia.
I thought I hit the unmute. Anyway, I have total sympathy for the one who has the mug for 9 o'clock in the morning. I know for most people that's already the afternoon. I'm Sophia Falke, and I am a minister. I mentor a church in Kona, Hawaii, which is great fun. I do it virtually from the Las Vegas area. I am a speaker. I'm in Missy's Speakers Bureau. I've been doing that for several years. And obviously, as a minister, I speak a lot. But what I do with businesses and organizations also speak on success, how to be successful. And I developed what I call the inner Peas process, which is PEAS. It's an acronym. I am in the process of developing a symposium with a colleague in South Africa, and that is slated for November 30th and December 7th, and I'm excited about that. I have yet to step foot on the African continent, and it's been on my list for over 20 years. And then we're going to just go explore other parts of Africa, which is like, wow. I it's amazing how this is evolving. So keep that in prayer. And I'm getting knee replacement surgery on Monday, the 17th. Yay, I'm finally doing it. And I'm glad I waited 4 years, because the surgeon that I really wanted now takes my insurance. Let me see, what else do I do, Missy? Oh, I also help people get their books published. I coach them or I coach you on developing the outline for the book and putting it together in a logical order. Please don't call me after you've written it. Call me before you're starting so that we can get it going in a logical way. But I'm happy to work with people, and I edit the books and so on. I guess that is enough. I just really, I've realized that I'm here to help people be successful. That's why I'm on this earth. So people ask me, what's my why? I've got a couple of them. One, I believe that as I help others, I'm just helping transform the world. And also, I don't know if am I the elder here? I'm not sure. But
I'm not
I want to make
telling.
sure.
I refuse to answer that question.
It's happening more and more. I love it when a 50-year old or 60-year-old say, I'm old, and I'm going, yeah, young. So
You might be the oldest female.
okay. Is that Jeff?
That's Jeff.
Jeff is a youngin. You're the
Ah,
oldest male. That's easy, Jeff. For you. We
that's
gotta
for
get more
sure.
men in here. So
We
I
do
think
have
that
more
that's
men. They're not here.
okay. All right. So anyway, I'm delighted to be here. I have no idea what's happening, and I'm here to have an experience, and wonderful to meet all of you. I love your stories.
All right. Thank you, Sophia. All right, Kathy.
Oh, no, not yet. If there's anybody left on the planet who doesn't know you, what is your current mission in life, my friend?
My current mission in life is to provide a platform for people to share their stories, some for the first time, some incorporate it into their business, because we all have stories. We've all lived a life that needs to be shared to help somebody else.
Excellento. And you are so great at that. And thank you so much for having me here to meet your friends. I'm so excited. My friends, I've been networking full time for 16 years with my company, and I love it. And so the great news is I've gotten to meet people literally across the globe. And of course, thanks to the pandemic, we got to meet people across the globe on a quicker, larger scale. And of course, we have Zoom to thank for much of that. The great news is when I was scrolling through the internet in 2021, I came across this big sign that said free posting party. I had no idea what a posting party was, but back then I was looking for anything to do to talk to other humans. And so I thought, what the heck? I'm going to a posting party. There were 84 people on the call. I knew probably 3 of them because by then I've been Zooming for about a year. And so the gentleman who was hosting the event said, take a post that needs some love from your LinkedIn account. They focused on LinkedIn primarily then. I actually focus on several platforms. And take a post from your LinkedIn account and put it in the chat. And he showed us how to do that. And again, there were 84 people on the call. And I thought, what the heck? I'm just going to do what he said and see if it works. And I put it in the chat, and I'm telling you the truth. I posted a picture of a dead plant. My company is hydration based. And so I literally wanted to see what would happen. I did a few hashtags, my website domain, a few this, a few that. And within 48 hours, 2 days later, I got 894 views and 68 comments. Now, that might be your norm, and that's awesome. If that's the case, please start teaching these with me because I host posting parties all month long. But the rest of the story is 894 views and 68 comments for the first 48 hours. It went up from there, was not my norm. So I went back for the next one. It was still free. Back for the next one. It was still free. Back for the next one. It was still free. And so now 3.5 years later, I host several of these for different groups and different teams because I have seen the efficacy of what we can do with algorithm and organic traffic. So as I go through each of these things, rest assured, number one, we're all in this together. And number two, literally, we don't come out of the box this way. Think about what you're great at in that first day on the job. I didn't know how to this, I didn't know how to that. And the next thing you know, I'm teaching it, I'm hosting it, I'm helping other people succeed. Whatever that looks like, I promise it'll be easy. I have several posting parties recorded, and I'll show you how to find those. That way you can go through them in your leisure and actually push buttons, click stop, push buttons, click stop, and do some of the things I suggest. And the reason for that is if it works for me, I promise you it can work for anyone. So as they say, let's get this party started. Again, Missy, thank you for having me today. I'm super excited to meet your friends.
You're welcome.
All right, let's find out. Can you see my LinkedIn screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, interesting on my feed, the first person that comes up is Delinda. Now, many of you know Delinda because as you see, she's a speaker, mindset expert, conference speaker. The great news is she's doing a vodcast with Missy and with Jill in the next couple weeks. So the great news, once again, is how are we going to get the word out about our product or service or what we want to do? The reason I need to show you from my page is that's where the edit buttons are. Every single time you see a pencil, this little thing right here, or 3 dots, please click them. That's how I've learned how to do most of this stuff. Every time you see a pencil or 3 dots, those are usually edit buttons, and they will get your story across faster than anything. So again, I need to do it from my profile because I don't get pencils and 3 dots from yours. Can you imagine what that would be like if we could edit each other's profiles? So the good news is, as soon as you meet someone at an event, and please feel free to reach out to me if we're not connected already. There are several reasons for that. First of all, it's always fun to expand our networks. But second of all, you now have opportunity for free advertising on my page. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. So the cool thing is, as soon as you meet someone, the first thing you're going to go to probably is LinkedIn, possibly Alignable, maybe Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, wherever you go for networking. And then people, of course, say to me all the time, honey, my people, I don't do LinkedIn. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Instagram. I don't do YouTube videos. I don't do whatever it is they say they don't do. I appreciate all of that. But if we are in business to grow our networks and certainly to grow our businesses, it's probably a good idea to stretch and reach on a different horizon. The first thing you'll notice with people is their profile picture. If you have not gotten a profile picture taken, or at least one from your Zoom screen in a while, it's probably a great idea. I have literally been to people's pages. I have to blow up the picture and go, I don't even know if that's her. And if it's that bad and that old of a picture, you probably want to get something a little more current, especially if most of your networking is done on a Zoom screen. People want to see this is how the Brady Bunch squares navigate, and they're going to want to know if they've got the right person. The next thing you'll notice is the LinkedIn banner. Anything you don't know how to do, you can always do a Q&A on LinkedIn in the search bar. But I go to Canva or certainly YouTube for much of my how do I this, how do I that. So YouTube is my best friend. It's obviously a great search engine. And so if you don't have a YouTube channel yet, I encourage you to do that. And if we have time, I'll show you why YouTube is a pusher outer of your business in a very large way. So we'll hopefully have time to talk a little bit about the YouTube community section, because anytime you have an event, the community section on YouTube pushes that event out for you. Directly under the person's picture is their name. That's important, and you might think, well, duh. Okay, that's great. But if your name is Catherine and most people know you as Kathy, the people who call me Catherine are no longer living. Therefore, if I put Catherine on there, you guys would never be able to find me because first of all, I spell it R-Y-N. And second of all, like I said, the people who call me that are no longer around. So make sure your name is there in such a way that people, that's what they call you. And so if your name is Melissa, that's terrific. If your name is Missy, that's fantastic. Whatever your name is, make sure that your name is something that people can find you as. Directly under this, and for all of you who are authors, speakers, guest speakers, podcast hosts, whatever your business is, directly under your name, I cannot emphasize this part enough, is your power statement. Please remember your power statement. The first 3, 4, 5 words underneath your name show up on every comment you make, on every post you answer. The reason for that is Kathy Weaver Kangen Water, Kathy Weaver Kangen Water, Kathy Weaver Kangen Water. You never have to guess what I do for a living. That is my company. Hang on a second. I help people with and I fix people something. I appreciate that. And I'm going to show you exactly where to put that for larger reach. You have 220 characters on your bio section, which is right here underneath your name, which is why I do hashtag posting party. Hashtag is simply a directory, yellow pages, if you will, as far as how people can find you on a Google search. Most of the time when people do a Google search on posting party or Kangen Water or things like that, the first thing that they do is a Google search, and LinkedIn is usually, LinkedIn and YouTube are the two that show up first for me as far as a search engine. So I know that my LinkedIn is effective. Networking Rocks My World. I've written 4 books, and Kathy Chat is my podcast. Now, please remember, when I mentioned I help people with and I fix people something, and I've got amazing testimonials. My friends, you've got 220 characters in your bio section. You've got 2,600 characters in your about section. This is where you can let her rip. I help people with and I fix people something. Hashtags, emojis, testimonials from your clients. This is a fantastic opportunity to be able to let people know what you do, why you do it, and some of the success stories that you've had. Feel free. People say all the time, LinkedIn doesn't use hashtags. Well, that's fantastic, but I'm not working directly with or for LinkedIn. I want to be findable on a Google search. And now that LinkedIn has opened up their platform, that's why most of the time when people look for me, they can find me on a Google search, and LinkedIn is usually the platform that pops up first. If you have not filled out your 2,600 characters yet, my first question is why? But my second question is, don't you have anything to say? Don't you have anything to share? Don't you have any testimonials that would be a very cool piece of your story? When Missy teaches us what's your story, then this would be a great place to add a few excerpts, a few snippets, if you will, right off the bat. Now, the second thing is I want to buy a water machine right now. If I don't make that easy for people, you'll notice right here it says contact info. If I don't make that easy for people, then they're going to go on to someone else that has made it easy. The first thing you'll notice is your LinkedIn profile URL. If you have not captured your own URL yet, again, my question is why? First of all, it's easy. Second of all, it's free. And by the way, I only teach the free stuff. And the reason for that is I don't want posting parties to be cost prohibitive for anyone. So if you have not captured your own URL yet, notice the magic pencil. Everything is run by 3 dots and a magic pencil, and those are always the edit buttons. You're going to say Kathy-Weaver-7654-321. Instantly, when I go to someone's page, I know, first of all, if they need a posting party, but second of all, if they have been active on LinkedIn yet. So please remember, get rid of the dashes, get rid of the numbers, and get your brand out there. Kathy Weaver KC, which stands for Kansas City. I could be Kathy Weaver CEO, Chief Expansion Officer of my own company. I could be Kathy Weaver Water. I could be Kathy Weaver Congan. I could be Kathy Weaver Midwest. I could be Kathy Weaver anything I wanted. But my brand across all social media platforms is Kathy Weaver KC, which stands for Kansas City. Luckily, that was not taken, so that is now me. Kathy Weaver KC, as you can see, is my website. My Congan family is one of my redirects, and certainly Enagic is my company. If you want people to buy a water machine right now, are you going to make it super easy as far as publish your phone number? If you're not comfortable having your phone number public, you can certainly get a Google number. How do I do that? Go to Google, how to get a Google phone number. And now most of the time you can set it up so the Google number rings on your computer while you're working, and then you can choose to answer it or not. Put that into your voicemail, or definitely answer by a response with your email. There's all kinds of ways to set up a Google number so people won't have your personal cell. The email part, I cannot stress this enough. I wish I had a great big red arrow to point with that wasn't cumbersome. If you have, I was with someone recently that still has a something at hotmail.com, and I thought, oh my gosh. Now, if you choose Hotmail, that's lovely, but please consider a professional email address, and certainly one that you check often. If someone typed in right here, I want to buy a water machine, and I didn't see it for 3, 5, 10, 20 days, I just lost a sale. So please make sure the email that you publish publicly is something that you're going to check often. Now, the next thing that is super important, and please, once again, for all of you who are speakers, if you want to speak at people's locations, people's events, what would be the first thing that you would put in your bio section? Yes, you're a speaker, and yes, I speak about ABC, but if you want to be a speaker at other events, possibly you would type in guest speaker, which means that you would be more than willing to do that. People say all the time, I'm trying so hard to be on people's podcasts. Does anybody know anyone who would want a podcast guest? Well, I appreciate the network and certainly synergy within our community as far as networking, but why would you not put hashtag podcast guest in your bio section, or certainly your about section? That way, when a podcast host is typing in podcast guest, your name would come up right off the bat. The rest of the story is what would happen if you just typed in hashtag podcast or hashtag podcaster, and now more and more people would find you that way. The rest of the story is this magic search bar. This is one of my absolute favorite in the whole world. So let's type in at the very top of the search bar, speaker. That's all. All I did in the search bar of LinkedIn is type in speaker. Okay. Please remember the most important thing on LinkedIn is all these magic buttons up here. Filter, 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 filter. I want groups that talk about speaking. There's only 4,400 groups. So maybe you've already connected with all of them. If you haven't yet, you can decide what's the very first one. Need a speaker? Be a speaker. Which one do you want to do? There's only 43,000 members in this particular group. If you've already joined it, that's awesome. If you hang out there, that's awesome. They can find you because of your hashtags, because of your synergy. A speaker co-op, what does that look like? I can't speak Tuesday at my group. I've got another engagement. Would you be available? Yeah. How do you suppose that speaker professionalism goes so viral? This also happens on a lot of different platforms, so not just LinkedIn. The reason I teach LinkedIn primarily is because there is so much free advertising. So much free advertising. Again, if you're members of all of these groups already, that's terrific. There's only 4,400 of them with 43,000. Do you want to be a big fish in a little sea, or certainly a little fish in a big sea? The other thing I would like to suggest is please remember when you're on a Zoom call, and not specifically this one because I know that we're all friends with Missy, but when you're on a Zoom call in a professional networking situation, the engagement piece is huge. If I see everybody's effervescent and excited, I'm instantly going, wow, I'd like to actually hire that speaker for my gig that's coming up, because the folks in there need a lot of synergy, a lot of catalyst, a lot of promotion. What does that look like? So once again, I always teach in my leadership training classes, many times posture has nothing to do with your shoulders, which means when you walk into a room, you own it or you don't. When you hop on a Zoom call, you own it or you don't. And again, it's the posture piece, the magnet piece, and I do absolutely love that. Now, how are you going to get the word out, again, about your product or service in such a way, once you've joined the groups and people find you, things like that? The bio section is huge. The about section is huge. But look what we get right here, a featured section. I have been to people's pages, and once again, I only teach the free stuff. If you don't have a featured section yet, it's because you didn't make one happen yet. LinkedIn offers it for free. How do I get a featured section? Scroll up, right here. You see that? Push every button on there. It says add profile section. If you don't have a featured section yet, it's because you didn't add it. Now, I will share with you, if you click add featured section, it's going to say what link do you want to add. You can add a newsletter, you can add a picture, you can add a YouTube video link. And the cool part is whatever you decide to add in your featured section, you can also describe it, which means all of these things right here. Let's even talk about two of my books, okay? They're about networking, one for introverts, one for extroverts. This is just a little YouTube video about letting people know about networking books. Instantly, what I hashtag? Free. Hello, books are free. They're recorded on my YouTube channel. I absolutely love being able to help people with that. Here's a posting party recording. If you guys want to go through that, that's 1,000,000% up to you. I literally love hosting posting parties because I love people's reaction when they go, I never knew that was free. And instantly you can put anything on here that is a good fit. You can change it, you can move it, you can edit, you can delete, you can whatever you want. But if people want to check you out before they make that buying decision, they've got to know a little bit about you. I was a podcast guest on Delinda's show. She put that on her YouTube channel. I added that to my playlist on my channel. And now I took that link to my featured section of LinkedIn. I call that particular section cross-pollinate. Guess what? Stacy Mulligan. I think you guys have met her before. I think she's been to every single posting party since January of this year, if not before. The great news is on one of my posting parties, I thought it would be fun to go Facebook Live so everyone could do their infomercial on Facebook. Why did I do that? Because now we have a chance to have a YouTube video so we can actually hear the infomercials of some of the regulars that hop on the posting parties. Once again, cross-pollination, promote your friends. That is always a huge piece. So if you don't have a featured section yet, it's free. You can put your newsletter there. It is a blast. Now, I know that we don't have much time today because I could talk on LinkedIn for 100 years, as certainly YouTube. But let's take a look right off the bat at the most, I guess you would say, underutilized free part of advertising I've ever seen on LinkedIn. If you want free advertising, first of all, you'll notice Kerry Buxton. He's got free advertising on my page right off the bat. People are coming to check me out before they buy a water machine. They want to know if I've sold any. Misty Henkel, a superstar from Australia. Let's see if we recognize any other names that have actually recommended me that get free advertising on my page. Think about that. Okay. Wow, there's that Stacy Mulligan name again. Who the heck is Stacy Mulligan? If there's anyone left on the planet who hasn't met her yet, click right here. Stacy has free advertising on my page. Has Stacy been to a posting party or two? I'd say, yeah. What does she have directly under her name? Her power statement. Keynote speaker. She literally is a keynote speaker. If you're doing a search for speakers on LinkedIn or Google, who are you going to find? Has Stacy filled out her about section? Heck yeah, 2,600 characters. People can automatically find out about Stacy. Does she have a featured section? Has she added YouTube videos telling people about empty nests, about disc training, about various things and different ways that she helps people? I want to see what her stage presence is like to see if I want to hire her to be the keynote at my gig. You've got an opportunity right here to do that. Basically, it's a mini interview. Pretty awesome. Now let's go back to Stacy's page and see if anybody has actually recommended Stacy. Once again, you've got an opportunity for free, what did she say? Free advertising on Stacy's page. You found her, you met her, you want to know if she's a good choice for a keynote for your gig. Oh my gosh, who's this Kathy Weaver person? Click on that, and now you can actually check out the person that actually recommended Stacy to see if that is a good, credible fit. My friends, if you have not gotten a recommendation in a while, let's say even 3 months, you might want to reach out to someone. And if you're comfortable saying, hey, would you recommend me? That's your choice. That's not a good fit for me. But some people can handle that. Mostly what I do when I want a very big person to recommend me, I go to their page first and recommend them. They now get a message in their LinkedIn message box. Kathy Weaver just recommended you. Would you like to read it? Yeah. Kathy Weaver just recommended you. Would you like to add it to your profile? Yeah. So most of the time, what that does is prompt them to go, wow, that was super sweet. And they're going to recommend you back. It has backfired a few times. I've recommended people and they just go, yeah, I am amazing. You're right. Okay, that's fine. But guess what? I didn't lose because why? I still have free advertising on their page. So even though I didn't get technically what I wanted from a standpoint of recommendation from a big person, I now have free advertising on that big person's page because they're not going to say no to a recommendation probably, especially if they haven't gotten one in a while, because it boosts their algorithm and their traffic and certainly their credibility. So it's still a win-win, win-win, win. So the recommendation piece is very underutilized. I'm actually doing a posting party for a financial planning gig next week, and their compliance issues are strong. So what does that mean? If you're in finance, you can't accept public recommendations usually. So guess what? I don't want you to, but I want you to recommend the heck out of everybody you know and or have worked with, because why? Now you get free advertising on those pages. And all you did is say, I bought a water machine. I love the water machine. Kathy Weaver's a great trainer. That's all. You didn't say one single word about finance. So they can accept those all day long. And you've got free advertising on tons of people's pages. My friends, again, an incredibly underutilized free advertising opportunity. And my favorite networking word is definitely edification. All right, so let's take a look again at my page. And I know you're going to get sick of seeing my face. I understand. But the reason, again, is I can't do edits from yours. What is Miracles with Water? That is my DBA, doing business as, with my Kangen Water Company. So I created on LinkedIn for free a company page. So you type in Miracles with Water. You don't remember my name, but you type in Miracles with Water. You do need to spell. And you type in Miracles with Water, comes up as a company page, and you want to view that page. Once again, free advertising and again, cross-pollination, in my opinion. So you've got an opportunity to add different pieces to your posts all the time, which is awesome. You can add a post and tag yourself. You can add a post and tag the company. And so back and forth, tag, tag, tag. How do you do a tag? The @ sign, just like at gmail.com, the @ sign. And then you're going to literally type in the person's name, or in my case, I'm going to @ sign Miracles with Water. It comes up with my page. I click on it. And now my page gets what, again, I call cross-pollination. So the cool thing is you can have a company page on LinkedIn for free. How do you do that? Please remember, first of all, on my YouTube channel, I have a playlist called How To on LinkedIn, just because I love it and it works. But right at the top, if you haven't pushed every button on this top navigation bar, please do so. It's the coolest thing ever to find out everything LinkedIn gives us. Click on For Business. And what does it say at the very bottom? Create a company page. And you walk through the prompts. You add a picture, you add a video, you add a profile, you add whatever you want. And the cool thing is when it says, would you like to add this to your profile page, which is your main page right here so people can actually see what you do, boom, Miracles with Water is added right here to my page. Once again, if you go to someone's page, they're in business, they love what they do, and they don't have a company page, again, my question is, why? Now, let's take a look right here where it says subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is what I like to call the call to action tab. You can say schedule a Calendly chat, visit my website, watch my demo. You can do anything you want right here. And a call to, first of all, I've gotten a lot of YouTube subscribers just from having it here, again, cross-pollinated from LinkedIn to YouTube. But the biggest thing is when you want a Calendly chat, watch my demo, check out my website, take a look at my special offers, whatever you want it to say, it's all custom. So all of a sudden you'd like to do, schedule me for a speaking gig. What would you like this to say? All of a sudden you've got an opportunity once again for free advertising, and it's a live link. How do you get that up there? Again, I only teach the free stuff. This came to be about a year ago. If it doesn't show up on your screen, go to YouTube, how to create a custom button on LinkedIn. So click on me at the top of your screen, the navigation bar, me, settings and privacy. As soon as you click on settings and privacy, and again, look at all these buttons. If you haven't pushed them all, please do, because that's how I found out lots of this stuff. Name, location, and industry. As soon as you click on name, location, and industry, the cool thing is all of your basic info is here. You can edit, button pushing all over the place. Fix it, change it, update it, whatever you want that to be. What's at the very, 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 very bottom? Custom button. I call it a call to action tab, and hopefully someday they'll change that. But for now, it says custom button. If yours doesn't say that, again, go to YouTube, how to create a custom button on LinkedIn. It'll walk you through it. It's totally free. The rest of that story is you see it says add a link that will appear at the top of your profile. Call to action. Visit my website, watch my demo, interview me as a speaker, hire me for your gig, whatever you want it to say. You're going to add a link to your website so they can schedule a speaking gig with you. After you add the link, it'll say add text. This is where you tell people what to do. Now, my kids will disagree, but I don't like to tell people what to do. I usually like to say please, or at least thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. You don't have that much space, so you got to be a little more demonstrative. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you've only got 30 characters. So please get creative. You have to squish words together. YouTube obviously would be separate words. Channel would be separate words. And I would probably say thank you in advance for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I appreciate your support. LinkedIn goes too wordy and gives you 30 characters. As soon as you do that, click save, 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 save. Every time you make an edit, be sure you save it. And then about 90 seconds, unless you're savvy enough to do a refresh, this little circly thing on your browser bar, refresh your screen, And in about 90 seconds, you also will have a call to action tab. It's the very coolest thing ever for free advertising. I can't believe how awesome it is. Now, the purpose of a posting party, as we talked about before, when I got 894 views and 68 comments in 48 hours, again, there were 84 people on the call. So that's a different message at this time. But let's find out which one of your posts could use some love. So you're going to go to activity, and please understand, I know this is fast, but we've only got about 50 minutes for this call. I literally could do workshops on LinkedIn that would last for days. Ask Stacy, she's been to several. So now you're going to click on activity where it says show all posts. You're going to find the post that you want some love on today. If it's within frequent, like within recent, that would be the best. But this is the one I wanted to share today. Bonus extension, 30 more days before you buy your water machine. The price goes up July 1. It did go up June 1st, but we pretty much broke the internet and the order desk is going, you guys are killing us, and we probably were. So they gave us 30 more days before the price goes up. First time in the 16 years I've been full-time with this company. So I wanted to get the word out for a lot of my clients and friends who have been waiting for the right moment. Sometimes price drives it. So put something that is a picture, an urgent call to action message for your post, which means a few hashtags, opportunity, save money, work from home, a few emojis, recycle, don't pollute the planet, no carbon footprint, all of those things. But what does it say right here? Miracles with water. Remember when I told you we can cross-pollinate our business pages with our personal? I did the @ Miracles with Water, and now I tagged my own company page on my post. How do I buy a water machine right now? One of my redirects is drinktherightwater.com. It takes you right to the page where it shows you how to make your purchase. Why did I put this on here? Again, the urgency that you want to create. Hire me as a speaker. My calendar's filling up. Are you ready for 2025? Holy moly, I haven't gotten through 2024 yet. Let them know that they've got to get you on that calendar. What does that look like? So if you've got a post that could use some love, first of all, the cool part is you've got impressions right here, which means views. I posted this on Monday on a scheduled link. So now there's a few reposts, a few comments. As soon as you see the comments that you get to view with everyone, you'll notice there's that Stacy Mulligan name again. What did Stacy do? She knocked, knock, 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 knock on my door, which means she tagged Kathy Weaver, which means I instantly know I get a notification from LinkedIn. Stacy Mulligan commented on my page. What does that mean? I knock, 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 knock back on Stacy's page. She gets more traffic, more organic traffic, more algorithm views, boosts her higher on LinkedIn as an active user. Thank you, Stacy, for stopping by my page. And of course, the picture of the posting party that Stacy was in on Monday. You see what happens here from a standpoint not only of cross-pollinating, but increasing your traffic. Clean water was another hashtag that Stacy used. I did a few from a standpoint of healthy, family, prices, whatever you want to put in there. So this is the post that needs some love today that I would like to share in this posting party. So you do what? Click the 3 dots, 3 dots, 3 dots. Every time you see 3 dots and a magic pencil, push them. You find out more and more information about what's available. You can edit your post from here. You can save it. You can actually feature it on the top of your profile. In this case, I want to copy link to post. Now it's in Cyber Air on your clipboard. And we're going to come back right here to our chat. Click on chat, make sure everyone is highlighted in case you've had a private conversation with someone. Right-click paste in the chat box, and now hit enter. You'll notice in this particular chat box, as soon as you go to our chat box, the link I just posted is live, so you don't have to type in where the heck is that post Kathy Weaver wanted us to give some love to. It's right here in the chat. So you can imagine what the traffic looked like with a call with 84 people on it. Again, the reason I love posting parties is because it's very cool to see this traffic. At the top of your Zoom screen, or even at the bottom, depending upon which version you have, there is a 3 dot, 3 dot, 3 dot save chat. As soon as this meeting is over, your chat box will pop up and it will say meeting saved chat. I right click on that, rename it, email it to myself, and that way I've got all of your posts in the chat so I can comment back and forth. It's very amazing how fast the traffic goes, But the most important piece of a posting party, in my opinion, besides, of course, the networking and connecting with other people, is knock, knock, knock on the door, tag, 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 because now your entire network sees that you commented on Stacy's post. Stacy's entire network sees that she commented knock, knock, knock on the door on Kathy Weaver's post. Before we say goodbye today, once again, since it's so fast as far as the timing that we have, I wanted to give you one more thing that might cause your head to explode, but I promise the more you do it, the easier it gets, and certainly the more fun. LinkedIn gives us free stuff all the time. Do you see on my screen where it says social selling index? Did the screen change? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. This is also free. LinkedIn.com/sales/SSI, which stands for Social Selling Index. The reason I only teach the free stuff, again, is I don't want anything to be cost prohibitive to my friends that attend posting parties. So be sure and screenshot your social selling index when you get here, because there is no historical data, at least none that I have found. So you screenshot it because you want to know today you did a posting party, next week you did a something, next month you did a something more, next week you did a something else, and all of a sudden more opportunity, and your social selling index goes up. You'll notice the top number is you're in the top 1% of your industry. All right. You're in the top 4% of your network. And then these numbers here, the 66 numbers, these are the 4 components of your score. How do I fix those and get them higher? What do I do? See the question mark? Push it. It tells you exactly what to do. See the question mark? Push it. It tells you exactly how to get these numbers higher. See the question mark? Push it. And then, of course, the 25 out of 25, it's like, oh, yeah, I've arrived. I don't have to do anything. Well, that's not how I feel. When you get 25 out of 25 and relationship building is important to you, how do I maintain the dynamic relationships I have built over these 16 years of networking full time? In my opinion, the most important numbers on this screen, you're only competing with yourself, by the way, and you don't actually care what anybody else's numbers are, because you're going to keep track of your own. But the numbers at the bottom, the people in my industry get 29 out of 100 when they do social selling index. The people in my network get 39 out of 100 as an average. So the cool part is, when I first started paying attention to this a couple years ago, yes, my numbers have fluctuated. I can definitely tell when there's a posting party, how many people gave love on the posts I shared, how many people engaged with me, how many people have I reached. All of those things are fantastic. But I also have seen the people in my industry, their number has risen. They were in the low 20s. The people in my network, that has also risen. They were in the low 30s. I get to watch all tides rise, all ships. I love that piece 1,000,000%. But do screenshot it, because you're never, I promise you, going to be able to remember what those numbers were. Now, if your head is still hooked on, I'm going to show you one more thing, because this is the part that everybody says I ain't doing video. I promise I understand that, but YouTube is an untapped market, in my opinion, from a standpoint of social selling and certainly networking. You'll notice on everybody's channel, as soon as you go to anybody's channel, there's this magic arrow. When you click on that magic arrow, you've got an about section with 1,000 characters. What did she say? You've got an about section with 1,000 characters. When you go to people's pages and they haven't filled those in yet, once again, why? Because you've got free advertising on LinkedIn, and they love, on YouTube, and they love hashtags. Links can be added to here, all kinds of things, but look what happens at the bottom. You get to see how many views someone has had on their channel, no matter who they are. In my case, I'm almost up to 28,000, thanks to friends just like you. But the great news is, as soon as someone does a search on posting party or algorithm or traffic or grief or bereavement or networking, I actually pop up. And usually it's my YouTube channel or my LinkedIn. Let's say you've got an event coming up that you want to share with people. What does this say? Community? What the heck is that? Most of the time, people have not filled out their community section yet. I don't understand that. You've got a networking event coming up. Look at this. You can add an image, a poll, a text poll, a quiz, or even a video. I hosted a huge event for Alignable the other day in Kansas City in person. Sue Brook was here. It was the coolest thing ever to actually meet her in person. As soon as I clicked on that, I now have an opportunity to share my event on YouTube. I, of course, shared it in LinkedIn and Facebook, but now I had an event opportunity right here. What did that do? Hashtag alignable, more traffic. My friends, I can't tell you enough all the free exposure we get just by pushing buttons. Missy, I think I probably caused your friends to have a headache, and I know it's early in the morning. So what would you like to share?
If you notice that in the chat, so like Kathy was saying in the chat, there's some people that have gone ahead and pasted a post in there. I would encourage you to save the chat and then go back and then click on those and then make comments and like and so forth on everybody's posts that have put something in there for us to go look at. And I think you pretty much covered everything. Does anybody have a question for Kathy?
If you have a chance, please look in the camera. We're going to take one more picture on this particular view. Immersive is a blast. Once again, Zoom gives it to us if you're the host of a call. And this way you'll get a little more buzz for this particular group of speakers. Hashtag speakers, smile. Excellent. All right. Thank you, my friends. Any questions? I'm happy to help you.
If they have questions, can they reach out to you directly?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Yes. No, absolutely. If we haven't connected yet on LinkedIn, please do so, because once again, I love helping people. Look who's in the tree on this call. That's adorable. Ready, set, go. And again, this is immersive, and it gives more buzz to your event. Anytime you do an immersive view on Zoom, and then you post that and tag it, posting party and Missy Day rocks, all roads lead to Missy Day, all of the things that we get to talk about, hashtags, it really is a lot of fun. So thank you again. It was great to meet you. And if we haven't connected yet on LinkedIn or any other social media platform, this is one of my favorite things to do. And I get to do posting parties for lots of groups. And some of them are public, some of them are private, but I'm happy to help regardless. Any final thoughts before we say farewell?
Yeah, I have a couple of people are saying they can't find where to save the chat box.
Okay. As soon as you click on chat on any Zoom call, as soon as you just click on the word chat, and then at the top or the bottom, it depends on which version of Zoom you have, you hover your mouse over and you'll see the magic 3 dots. As soon as you click on 3 dots, it says save chat. Now you don't get to save the chat until the meeting closes, but as soon as you do, depending upon how your computer is set up, a big white box will pop up and it'll say meeting saved chat. And that's why I rename it. And then all of a sudden I call it, in this particular case, Missy Day Posting Party, and June, what are we on? 7th. And then that way I keep this chat and I email it to myself so all the links are live.
All right. Thank you all for joining. Thank you so much, Kathy, for this. And I just have one thing to say for the speakers that are left on here. I will tell you this. Companies are looking at LinkedIn more than they're looking at anything else. So if you don't have a strong LinkedIn presence and it doesn't scream, I'm a speaker, hire me. We've lost some people that I have sent out for leads for companies. They've looked at social and say, I'm going to pass. So we don't want that to ever happen to us, right? We want to be loud and proud of what we're doing on LinkedIn, especially. So there's lots to do. I hope this was recorded. So I hope that you go back and circle back and do all the things and add all the things that Kathy talked about. And we just might have to do this again someday, but longer, so we can actually get into the posting party part.
Yeah, we barely touched the tip of the iceberg, as they say. There's an audio message for free. You'll notice a little speaker next to my name. As soon as you click on that, you've got 10 seconds of free advertising. There's all kinds of ways to do that. And I'm really, really thrilled. By the way, type in posting party on a search bar on LinkedIn, and all the posting parties that are public that I get to host will show up if you filter to events. Then you'll see all of the ones that are open to everyone. And I'd love to see familiar faces in the room. So thank you again, Missy, for letting me do this, and to certainly meet your super speaker friends.
Thank you, Kathy, so much. Everybody have a great weekend. And I'm going to be sending out invites. I'm going to do like some 4-on-1s with everybody. So we can start learning more about what each other does, so that we can be more proactive and having a network and a community here. All right, so be looking for that. And I will see everybody later.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye.